Hey guys, how's it going? This is James Tripp. This is a video for James Tripp Chaos Wave. I have a question for you to kick off this video. It is, do you wake up in the morning in your values or in your drives? Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by that question, values versus drives. But first of all, I want to just say why this is something of significance. If you're a person who's looking to live as a creative force in your life, which is a phrase that I like, to be proactive, to be in flow, creating good things for yourself, for the people around you, you really need to be kind of in your higher functions and living in your values and living in flow and living as a creator most of the time. Now, this is a function of a particular set of brain systems being in ascendancy. Okay, our creative brain systems, our problem-solving brain systems, our higher functions, our human mind, if you like. But we have kind of like two minds. Okay, I'm going to share a model with you here that'll help make sense of this. This is a model I call the elemental mind. Now, it's a sort of mixture of ancient philosophy, Hermetic philosophy, and modern neuroscience, modern cognitive psychology, that kind of thing. But it's a way of making sense of yourself, a way of making sense of your own mind, of your own ongoing experience, so that you can better manage your mind. And I want to say what I'm talking about here about being in your values versus being in your drives. Now, if you look at this model, and I'm not going to go in depth on this right here, I'm going to be running a workshop on the 10th of April very soon, live online, unpacking this. But if you look at this model here, you see four aspects of mind: fire, air, water, earth. We're not going to concern ourselves with water and air at the moment here. They're highly relevant to how we do the world. We're looking at the elements fire and earth. Now, these kind of represent the human mind and the animal mind. You could say the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system brainstem down there at the earth. And these two minds, so to speak, these two emergent minds, they are both a part of who we are and how we are, but they have different concerns, very different concerns. And this is what's relevant to this question: do you wake up in your values or do you wake up in your drives? Now, the human mind, its primary motivator, what I'm calling the human mind here, the fire element, its primary motivator is values, things that are important to us in a more kind of abstract sense. And the reason for this is because the higher mind is also, particularly when combined with the air element, the left brain, able to see across time and draw a picture across time. So it's not necessarily only concerned with this moment, it's concerned with the bigger picture in life. And this is where values come in, because without values, we can't orientate ourselves in the world according to bigger picture stuff, right? Because if we're not in our higher mind, if we're not in our values, we're going to be down in our animal mind, in our earth element here, in our drives. Now, this is less concerned with bigger picture stuff. This is concerned with our drives. So this mind is concerned with pleasure, moving towards pleasure, avoiding pain and discomfort, and is also concerned with hierarchy and status and this kind of thing. Okay, this is what our animal heritage gives us. I'm not knocking any of this stuff, by the way. It's done us extremely well throughout evolution. It's still an important system. It's going to help us in a tight squeeze to take the action that we need to take to survive. But surviving in the modern world, I know that like times are tough at the moment for people, and often we can get pushed into a survival mindset. But in order to solve the problems consistently well and the complexities of modern life, we really need to be in our higher mind, in our values, in our problem-solving mind. So I'm sharing this model because if you don't know the difference between the headspace you're in, between the mind that you're in, the mind that's in ascendance, is it the higher mind, the fire mind, or is it the earth mind, the lower mind, the animal mind? If you don't know the difference, then you're not going to be able to make the choices you want to make to click into the mind that you want to be running the show in your life. And the mind that is running the show, I'm leaving out the other elements, the air and water at the moment, but the mind that is running the show is of massive significance. The problem with living only in our animal mind, or largely in our animal mind, in our drives, is that, yeah, we may be successful in surviving, we may be successful in finding pleasure, But pleasure in life isn't the same as fulfillment. Fulfillment is a higher function. It comes from the higher mind. It comes from creating from that higher mind space. It comes from living in values and being able to take action in flow and planned out action to create those values. Now, it's a very different experience living in your values and your higher mind. You will experience inspiration much of the time. You will experience a certain energy to create, okay? In the animal mind, you may experience pleasure, you may experience good feelings, all sorts of good stuff. I'm not saying you don't want to hang out there from time to time, but it's not really interested in the long game, okay? And if you do even succeed by the criteria of the animal mind in gaining the kind of pleasure and the kind of reward that it's looking for, you tend to get this kind of dopamine system burnout. So it ends up being kind of hollow. So without our higher mind, without our higher functions injecting life and fire and inspiration and vision into our lives, we don't tend to kind of have this creative energy that has people remain super focused in life, not procrastinating, which so many people are doing. I know what I should be doing, but I'm not doing it, right? That's because the animal mind is in ascendancy and doesn't want to do it. It's not connected with the good reasons for doing it, okay? Now, I'm looking at the time on this video. I'm going to keep this video short. I'm not going to say too much more about this. I'm just going to say that this video is sponsored, if you like, by a workshop. It's an online workshop I have coming up this coming Sunday. It is the 10th of April. It's going to be at 5:30 London time, and it's going to run till reasonably late. So we're doing about 3 hours worth of work in that. And then there's a follow-up Q&A the following weekend. I'm going to be sharing with you in depth this model, the elemental mind, and how you can use it to better run your mind, better run your brain, better manage your focus, better manage your attention, better manage your energy in order to be able to create more of what you want in your life, to be able to rise up rather than lay low, or stride forward rather than hang back. I've not taught much stuff on mind management before in the past. I've done a lot of personal alchemy stuff, which is a different kind of thing. That's about transforming our deeper understandings and our deeper patterns. This is much more about the sort of quick and dirty approach to running your mind in the moment. How do I need to move my mind right now to connect with the elements within it that are going to enable me to create the results that I want to create? So if you're interested in that, please do check out the link. There'll be a link in the About section or somewhere up in one of the cards. If you are intrigued by this idea, please do hit the like button. And if you have any questions about it, of course you can make use of the comment section. I very much welcome that. I'll probably drop another video before the end of the week, before the workshop at the weekend. But yeah, if you have any questions, please do ask. Until we next connect, keep on using your mind to shape your life.